Hey, everybody, and welcome to Everything with Millennials. I'm Anthony, and this is the podcast where we talk about whatever we want. Today, we're going to do some video game stuff because it was E3 this past last week or the other week. I'm joined, as always, by my co-host, Mick Martin. How's it going today, Mick?
Hey, everybody talks about whatever they want on podcasts.
Exactly. Some podcasts are kind of focused, but we're all over the place, and that's the way I like it. Chaos.
But only because they want to be focused, right?
Yeah. And I think this is the third episode. We're kind of getting streamlined. We're kind of getting our setups quicker. This time it only took us 5 minutes to get on. And then one day we'll be able to do this live, and that'll be cool, right?
Yeah, from your patio. I can't wait for that. That'll be awesome.
We can do a patio one, maybe, possibly.
Yeah. And then we'll do one from your Tesla.
Yeah, we'll do one while self-driving.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so this week, or not this week, just finished up last week was E3. So today we're going to be talking about some video game stuff. And me and you are kind of pretty avid video game players. Like you probably heard us talking, I think the first episode. Right after that, we went off and played Halo for a few hours.
Yeah. And I'm hoping we do that again today.
Yeah. Well, let's jump into it. So, kind of the first story. So, E3, we had the first kind of thing of the year of all the video games, but it's actually for the third year of the row, Sony hasn't actually joined. They actually have their kind of own it's called State of Play event in the summer. That's when they do their own thing, but I don't know. I don't see why they can't just join E3. Like Microsoft was there, and they're probably just as big as Sony, and they announced like a ton of stuff. I guess they just want to have their own stage, I guess.
That's interesting, yeah.
I guess it's kind of like Apple. They don't really do CES, which is the Consumer Electronics Show, but then they have their own events throughout the year. But they have multiple events. Sony just kind of does the one, so I don't get why they can't just go to E3.
Yeah, it's probably all like inside baseball stuff, personal rivalries, weird decisions that they make, because it's all involves human beings, and anything that involves human beings gets complicated.
Yeah. So, Sony, so I guess, they're going to have their own kind of event later on in the summer. A whole bunch of announce all their new games and stuff. Myself, I'm not really, I guess me and you are both kind of Xbox guys. And most of the games we play are on Xbox. And I guess the stuff that there is on PlayStation, me and you both play on the Xbox. But there are a lot of really good titles on the PlayStation 5 and stuff like that.
Yeah, the main one, obviously sort of pushing me in the direction of getting a PlayStation is that Spider-Man game.
Oh, yeah, me too. I love that. I haven't played that, but
I can't believe that's not for Xbox, man. It drives me funny.
It's an exclusive for Sony, so they've got that one. I think there's
I gotta have my Halo though. So
there's a second one coming out, that Spider-Man game. Spider-Man. Oh, that game was pretty dynamite, and from all the reviews, it was pretty crazy. I know what I would maybe get a PS4 used or something, or maybe a PS5. I don't know. I hope that game comes to PC because that's where I play a lot of the games now. As much as Xbox and PC, that's where I play most of my games currently. But if they start releasing a whole bunch of awesome exclusives like Spider-Man, I think I need to pick up especially because they have that second Spider-Man game coming out.
I gotta play Age of Empires with my buddy Andrew. There's a new Age of Empires game that's just come out too. I wonder how that'll. Yeah. It looks really, really good too. I mean, I don't want to get us too far off topic, but I want to play that new Age of Empires game. I haven't had a chance to play it yet, but it's basic. It's like a remake of Age of Empires 2 kind of thing.
Yeah. No.
Not a remake though, like a better game, but it's sort of the same basic premise, like castles and.
Is that currently on Game Pass, Xbox Game Pass? Because I think I've played it. I installed it because back in the day, I used to play a lot of. At least I used to play a lot of Age of Empires, and I saw there was one on there, and I played it a couple weeks ago.
Cool.
So I wonder if that's the new one. Is that the new one?
It might have been. Yeah, it might have been. It's a good ass game anyway. I like it. Well, if you like strategy games or whatever.
Yeah, those are awesome. I play some of those on my iPad, and I used to play the OG Age of Empires back in the day on the PC.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that was so fun.
I wound up like learning a real love of history from the first Age of Empires, talking about the Punic Wars. And Punic Wars is wars between Carthage and Rome, like thousands of years ago. And well, Carthage would be Algeria today. So, like where there was Algeria, there was a country, and where there's Rome, there was Rome, the Roman Empire, and they had three big wars that were like the world wars of that era, to decide who would basically rule the region for the next 1,000 years. So.
Yeah. So like from talking to you a whole bunch, seems like you're a big history dude. So like a history video game was like would be something like right up your alley, right?
Yes, indeed.
I know in that Age of Empires I was playing because you could play different like ages, right? And then I was playing one where it was like ninjas and stuff. So it was like in Japan. It was pretty cool. You
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
get a lot more into that than I was. But no, I just either whatever age I play, I have fun.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you can do the Japanese samurais against Roman cataphracts and
Yeah,
different kind of stuff like that. So it's interesting. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, back to PlayStation though. Like I would get one. I guess I'm old enough. I have more than enough,
Yeah, yeah.
like
We
money to
millennials
buy.
have now have adult money,
Yeah,
so we
exactly.
can buy
Yeah.
whatever
So
we want, whatever stupid
so
whatever
I don't
thing
have
that
to
we want.
stick to one system
Yeah,
or whatever. But
yeah.
I don't know, man. Like the Xbox controller, I got used to it as a kid. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
Um,
That Xbox
and I
controller is like the best.
yeah. So I don't know. Like that's how they keep me basically.
The
It's
controller is
definitely
that
yeah.
what's
Yeah, that's pretty much what's kept me in it. Like I had to get like four Xbox 360s. Those things broke like a motherfucker.
Oh yeah,
Like they
I've had a few of
broke
those.
all the time, man. I had like Red Ring of Death. I had um I don't know, just like it just overheated or something. I had I can't remember the different things that I had. One time a guy kicked it over. I guess you can't really blame Xbox on that, but I feel like you could kick Xbox One. I feel like you could throw that thing across the room. That is a solid brick.
Yeah.
Um, like back in the old days when you could throw Nintendos across the room and they would still
Hmm.
work, right?
Yeah. I've had at least one to two of each version of the Xbox 360 that came out. So like I had two of the originals. So I had like the arcade version that had no hard drive. I had the version that had a hard drive, and then there was like two refreshes of the Xbox 360. So there was the refresh where it was smaller, and then there was the refresh that looked like it came out at the same time as the Xbox One, so it looked like a small Xbox One. Do you remember that? There's
Yeah, I do remember
oh,
that. Yeah, but
so
I still have my very first Xbox One that I bought pretty soon after it came out.
yeah,
Um, and it's never given me a problem. So it's a lot better
yeah.
than 360. Yeah.
Yeah, I have the original Xbox One, so it was the white one. That was the white glossy one. That's the one I currently have, and yeah, it's still
Oh,
kicking.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
My man, I remember that original Xbox, like before the
Oh, that
360.
big sucker. The one that had
That
the
big
X
thing.
on it.
Yeah, the big X on it. I love that thing, man. That got stolen. Somebody robbed my parents' house when I was living there and stole the bloody thing. Whatever. I
Yeah, that
guess,
thing was chunky.
I
Do you
hope they
remember the
enjoyed it.
controller? The controller was so huge. It was like so big, and then they
Yeah,
refreshed it
man,
and
I
they made
love
it.
that big old chunky
It was like a
controller.
circle almost.
Yeah, like it's just like playing a game like this. Like,
Yeah, and then they slimmed it down, and then
I'm all,
we got the
I'm gonna
360
get it.
one,
Yeah.
and then the Xbox One is like the perfect controller because it was Xbox was huge, and they slimmed it down, and then they made the 360. But if you go back to the 360 controller from the Xbox One, it feels a little bit small. Do you have a 360?
Yeah, yeah, you're right. It does feel a little bit small.
So that yeah.
Yeah,
Then
I
the
prefer the
Xbox
other
One
one.
is like so perfect. That controller is perfect. You know how perfect it is? When they went now they have the Xbox Series X. It's the same pretty much same exact controller. So that's how perfect
As
it is.
the first.
They
Yeah,
just carried it over.
yeah,
So
because the things like that don't really get that much better. I remember as a kid, though, I remember the controller thing being a big deal, like running around on the playground, people talking about Sega Genesis only has three buttons, and um, the Super Nintendo has more buttons, like on the
oh
controller.
yeah, it had like six. It had like
People were
six
like, "Yeah, it
buttons.
had one, two, three, four, five, six. This is half that number on Genesis. How can you say it's better?"
The NES only had two buttons. And that thing
Right?
is indestructible because it
Yeah,
was so
yeah.
simple. If you open it up, there's like nothing inside of it. You're like, how does this even work? There's nothing in here.
It's just pure magic.
But that
Yeah.
made it indestructible as hell. Like I have like original ones from 1985 and they still work. I got like a buttload of those now. I got like two
I've
NESs,
I've always
45
wondered
controllers.
if there was if during World War II, like the Japanese Mussolini and the Hirohito, sorry, the the Italians Mussolini and the Hirohito Japanese, if they ever got together because they were part of an alliance, um, and I just wonder if there was ever like a combined Japanese um, Italian unit with a guy named Mario in it, you know? Like, I just wonder if that ever happened, if that ever came up, and how they performed. Anyway,
Anyway, let's talk about no shows. So at E3, so the one no show was Sony. The second no show was actually something that everyone was kind of expecting, but didn't really show up. Was
wait, wait,
the,
wait. To me, a no-show is when you're scheduled and you don't
oh,
show up.
okay. So no show.
If you don't show up and you're not scheduled to be there, to me, that's not a no-show. That's
No,
just
it's just things that people. So Sony was a no show because they could have showed and they didn't, and they haven't for the last 3 years. But so this is something other people were kind of expecting. They thought might be released at E3, but wasn't. Which was the Nintendo Switch Pro or the Super Switch. This is kind of rumored. There's been leaks and kind of like just rumors going around that a new Switch would be released, but it wasn't.
I played the Switch. I enjoyed it for a bit. I played the new Link game. I'm a
Yeah,
sucker for the Zelda games.
yeah, those Zelda games are awesome. And that's kind of one
Yeah.
of their big draws, like Nintendo's big draws. Like we're going to talk about like some of the games that came out from Nintendo, but yeah, Zeldas are always awesome. Like
Yeah.
the first Zelda I played, like NES, was awesome. And then when I was a kid, what was it, Ocarina of Time on N64?
Best game ever, man.
Yeah, that one
Like
was dope.
it was like
Like
living in a little book. It was
yeah,
crazy. Like I got a lot of mileage out of that game, I tell you.
yeah, yeah. I'm a sucker for
Yeah.
time travel, so that was
Oh,
awesome.
really? I am
Yeah.
not a sucker for time travel. I
Oh
find time
man,
travel always gets confusing unless you just
anything time
have
travel.
fun with it.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It gets confusing, but like you just gotta have fun, right? Like don't
Yeah.
like you can go
You
as deep
you have to
into
be a
it.
bit goofy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I can't I've never gotten into Doctor Who, so you must be a huge
Oh,
Doctor
I
Who.
love Doctor Who. Yeah,
Oh,
Doctor
really?
Who,
Okay.
Back to the Future. Like when they said they're
I
gonna do
like Back
time
to the
travel
Future.
and Endgame, I was like, I'm right there. And when they had that big like talk about like
I'm
time travel,
right there.
it
Yeah.
he's like
Yeah.
your past isn't your future because you
Because
you
yeah,
know
he brought up
that.
some like paradox. Yeah, he was
Yeah,
like,
and then
because then the future self can't be you going back to change your own path. Like, yeah,
yeah. It's like
is
time
that
travel. And then I
yeah.
love Paul Rudd goes, so Back to the Future's bullshit? Oh, so good. Yeah, I'm just a
Yeah,
sucker for
yeah.
time travel. So anything with time travel.
So you
And
must be loving the Loki show then, the Time Variance
oh, Loki.
Authority.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
dig it. Yeah, I
So
dig it
good.
too. I've dug
Oh,
it so
okay.
far.
Since we're on a tangent,
Yeah.
have you heard about the Loki theory in the show?
What the new the person? So this is a spoiler for Loki. If you guys wanna skip forward like 25, 30 minutes.
Yeah,
Uh,
just if you're watching the YouTube, just skip over this Loki section.
if you don't want to be spoiled. But yeah, okay. So when that chick shows up and she's Lady Loki, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
She's yeah. But we talked about this last week, remember? Where
Hmm.
Loki. Okay, so Loki can transform into animals and stuff like that, and like Loki gave
Yeah.
birth to Odin's horse, man. Like the horse that Odin rode around the world. Loki transformed into a horse and had sex with a male horse, and then gave birth to Odin's horse. I'm not messing with you.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the
No,
myth.
I
That's
read that. That's
yeah,
part of
yeah,
like the
yeah.
mythology and stuff like that,
Right.
right?
So I'm just saying, like Loki can be like a lady Loki, like
Yeah.
that's whatever,
And,
right?
and actually, if you see in episode one when the one of the agents hands over Owen Wilson some files on Loki, if you zoom in, you can actually see it says gender fluid. So that
Yeah,
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 so it's like yeah, that I
yeah.
kind of saw the woman thing coming.
He's
But
beyond gender fluid.
yeah.
Like he's
So let me tell you about
God
the
level,
um.
like. Anyway,
So
what?
here's the
Sorry.
theory. Here's the theory. So the theory is the TVA is in the quantum realm, because like if you watch like Ant-Man, in the background when they're in the quantum realm, you can actually see this
Oh,
like city in the background that looks like the TVA's city, and um, so they basically how they travel through time is they use the quantum realm, because in other movies they've shown that the quantum realm can be used to travel backwards and forwards in time into pretty much any place in time, because time moves differently inside of the quantum realm. And if you look at, or if you know the comics, you see Kang the Conqueror. He looks a lot like one of the um, like the time lizards or whatever they were calling them, those the time gods or whatever. He looks
I'm God. Yeah,
suspiciously a lot like them, especially if you look in the cartoon
timekeepers.
sequences. Yeah, the timekeepers. He looks like one of the timekeepers. So this kind of might like all like kind of come together and stuff like that. So
Kang the Conqueror.
yeah, Kang the
I'm so
Conqueror. Like
if
it's
if
so
Kang the Conqueror ends up being the villain in this show, I will be
that'll
very
be
very
crazy.
happy.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they're all inside of like the quantum realm. And that's how their time travel works and stuff like that. So that's kind of one of the theories going around. And all the stuff that everyone's saying, it seems to make sense. But I think this is just lots of theorizing. Like everyone talks about
I love those theories. I think they're a lot of fun. I
on
think they're half the
WandaVision,
fun of the show.
everyone thought that all these other things were going to happen, and they all made sense. But none of them ever came. Like especially Mephisto. Everyone's like Mephisto, Mephisto, and he never
Mhm.
showed.
Or the third act of that show was altered because of COVID, I think, right?
Yeah, yeah. They removed some. It's actually supposed to be a few episodes longer. Like there was supposed to be a longer storyline with
Mhm.
the girl who got
Catherine Hahn.
powers. Um,
Yeah.
Doctor Strange was actually supposed to be in it. There was like some cut scenes, and the story line with Darcy was supposed to be a little bit longer too. Because if you see in the last episode, she just showed up, and then it was kind of abrupt where she left. Because there was actually
Yeah.
supposed to be more, and all that kind of got cut out because of COVID. Too
Yeah.
bad.
It's too bad, yeah, because I would have loved to see more of her, and I really liked her and the detective there. What's his name? Is it? I can't remember
Ooh,
the
Jimmy
actor's
Woo,
name.
Jimmy Woo,
Jimmy Woo, yeah, Jimmy Woo. Jimmy Woo's
Asian
awesome.
Jim.
Asian Jim, yeah. He's got he's
He's
got that
awesome.
like magic and stuff
Yeah,
like that. Like I want him to team with Wong. I want to see if like Wong like looks at him like I just want to see how Wong would like be like, oh my god. Or no, maybe Wong could be impressed by his magic tricks and him and Jimmy Woo could like
he's a what kind of
show.
sorcerer are you?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, like I don't know. I think that would be cool. I mean, I guess do I just want them to meet up because they're both Asian? I don't know. I hope not. I don't know, but I do want to see those guys on screen together. That's all.
Yeah,
That's all I
it's nice when you
say
mix
with
and
any
match
certainty.
different characters and see how they interact, because all the Marvel characters are really kind of crazy. So it's like
Yeah, yeah. I love seeing them all interact and get
like
together. Right?
I
It's
would have
great.
loved to see Iron Man and Deadpool act together. That would have been amazing.
Well, we got a little bit of what that would have looked like, right? Like Tony
Yeah.
looking at the way that he looked at Peter Quill and the way the way that he looked at Tom Holland there. Uh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, you can sort of predict how he would have reacted to Daredevil, and I also think that Tony could come back any time.
Oh yeah, it's comics,
Um,
man. Anybody can come back anytime.
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
well, we always go. I think we always come back to Marvel. That's that we're kind of comic book nerds.
yeah, yeah. I
We
guess
take
we
these
are.
long tangents no matter what we talk about. Like
I
was it?
gotta
Yep.
I gotta plug this thing. The stupid plug's not working, so I gotta adjust it. I'm sorry. One second.
Okay, no worries.
Keeping everything plugged in is a yeah. It's not always super duper easy. Anyway, whatever.
Technical
Um,
difficulties.
yeah, technical difficulties. I'm sure Anthony will cut all that out or somehow make it entertaining. Uh, won't you, Anthony? Now for something you'll really like.
Yeah, when we go live, we got to be like, it's like make sure everything works nice.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I'll cut that out. Okay.
Anyway, back to Marvel stuff. Okay, so we always do eventually wind up coming back to Marvel, or like
It doesn't
comic
matter
books.
if we're talking about tech, video games, politics,
Yeah,
even.
it
It's
always
somehow
gets there. Yeah,
it's almost like
like
this The Simpsons. It's like Simpsons did it. You can
yeah.
relate
Well,
it back to The Simpsons or Marvel now. Well, all
I would
Disney stuff.
I would like to see the USSR invade Asgard.
What would that look like?
I don't know. It'd be very communisty. Um, I don't know. But I think it would have been cool if like Omega Red was like, no, I'm a big time atheist. Oh, like that Gore the God Butcher dude. So I've
Oh
been
yeah.
looking into his background. He's like if Job from the Bible. You know you're Catholic, right? Yeah,
You know the Bible. It's the number
yeah. You
one.
know the
It's
Bible.
a New York Times #1 bestseller.
Super popular, big book. A lot of people reading it these days. Um, anyway, yeah, yeah. So it's like if Job from the Bible. You know Job? Do you remember when
Yeah, yeah.
Like the God is like, all right, I'm gonna make a bet with the devil that I can torture the bejesus out of Job, and Job is just gonna take it and still love me. And the devil's like, all right, let's see. And then God does it, right? And then Job's like, yeah, I still like you. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So then at the end of that story, imagine if somebody showed up, the devil or whoever, and was like, hey, Job, here's a knife, and with it you could kill God, and here's a jetpack. Go get him. Um, and that's kind of how Gore the God Butcher is. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he got like supremely tested. He was a good, faithful dude, but his God really let him down.
Yeah.
And then he found a way to take revenge and did. And
That's
then
gonna
he real
be
yeah
that's gonna be good in the movie because Christian Bale is actually gonna be him in
yeah.
the next Thor. And that would
I
be
hear
crazy.
people are predicting Christian Bale is going to have a fight with Russell Crowe in that movie.
Really? Russell
Yeah,
Crowe's in that as well?
yeah. Some people are saying he's going to be Zeus or some other god, and
Nice.
that he's going to
That's
end
gonna
up
be
fighting
epic,
Christian Bale.
and it's
Yeah.
gonna be really good because that's gonna be directed by Taika Waititi.
Hmm. Gotta love that Taika.
Yeah, he's always
He's
good.
he's created a real new interesting. I don't know if it's a brand of comedy, but apparently he was behind Flight of Concords and that like
Yep.
new the New Zealand stamp. It's a little bit similar to what I think Lorne Michaels did with the Canadian stamp. Like if you watch Dan Aykroyd or if you watch Mike Myers, there's like a Canadian style of comedy that gets
Yeah. No,
it's
I
like
get
this
you.
you know what I mean?
Like
And
there's
with
that
Mike,
U.S. style, there's that Canadian style, and there's like the New Zealand. But it's really nice because it's refreshing when you switch that comedy styles, but it's still all funny.
yeah, exactly, yeah. And I think I think with Lorne Michaels, there's this, and Lorne Michaels, Mike Myers, and Dan Aykroyd in particular, there's this stream of consciousness, this like high level thinking, but also it being very funny. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
they'll get into the technical details of something that doesn't exist, or like Wayne. I remember an episode of Wayne's World where Wayne is talking about the situation after the Soviet Union had collapsed, and asking about like whether or not this is just going to be a temporary lapse into democracy or whether Russia was bound to fall back into Soviet style communism. And like the way and then at the end of it he was like, all right, cool, right on, dude. You know what I mean? Like and yeah, Dan Aykroyd does similar kind of things in Ghostbusters and Blues Brothers and a bunch of other places where he's like citing local laws and regulations, but in relation to a totally ridiculous situation. Um, yeah, yeah, and Taika Waititi brings. I don't exactly know how to describe it, but it's definitely its own sort of subtle, sarcastic style that is uniquely, I think, uniquely New Zealandish. Although he might have,
Possibly, or maybe
eh,
it's just him. I think some of it is just him as well.
yeah, yeah, fair enough. And
Because everyone's brand of comedy is slightly different, even if you're from the same country. So,
yeah, of course, right, yeah,
yeah, maybe it's the New Zealand that area kind of comedy, but then also Taika's like goofiness on him on his own, you know.
yeah, yeah. Like
And
Seth
you get
Rogen doesn't
if
have the same sort of
yeah
comedies.
you kind of get that vibe from him just seeing him like exist. You know, if you just see him like if you see him like behind the scenes and stuff, he's kind of just like kind of goofy and He's a fun dude. Seems like.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
a lot of that is like kind of shown in his
yeah.
comedy.
Okay, so there's a rumor. We probably shouldn't spread it, but we're gonna. Um, that he had a threesome with Tessa Thompson and the other the other person on not Natalie Portman, but who else is an actress in the new? I think it's because the three of them were goofing around. They were at some like coffee house or whatever, and Tessa gave him a kiss on the cheek, and the other girl gave him a kiss on the cheek, I think. And they were, I don't know what it was. He probably said something sweet, and they both kissed him. And then some reporter dude or lady took a picture and was like, "Is he plowing both these broads?" You know what I mean? Like it's one of those things that just yeah, it's probably total BS and whatever else, but it is salacious and kind of fun to
Yeah,
talk about.
yeah. I think
Did you
Taika.
hear about that?
I did actually. I've heard about that. But I think Taika, he's just kind of like a fun guy, and like you said, he likes goofing around and stuff. So that's kind of his personality. And the media
Yeah.
will spin anything into anything, right? They'll like you see like two people just standing beside each other and like, oh, they were beefing mentally. You just kind of go crazy all that stuff, right? So,
Right,
it,
exactly. Yeah, yeah. Like look at the stare down.
yeah, look at the
Like people
stare
did
down, and they're not even looking at each other.
right, yeah. People read into facial
Yeah,
expressions all the time, and sometimes people's facial expressions don't actually match their thoughts, right? Like
yeah,
what's really going on in their head. Sometimes they
yeah.
do, sometimes they don't.
Taika's just a hilarious dude, man. He likes to have a good time.
Yeah.
I could chill with
Yeah.
Taika.
Oh
Yeah, he's
man,
a really
I
funny dude.
bet he would be a super fun guy to chill with. Absolutely, yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like
Kind of
a like, yeah.
like Will Arnett or Andy Samberg. Like those guys are all super hilarious and they'd probably be fun to chill with. Speaking of
Yeah.
like Andy
Yeah.
Samberg and Will Arnett, and to tie this back to like video games, which I guess is the topic today, but we always spin out into Marvel. There's a new game actually coming out. You ever play Borderlands?
I played the bejesus out of Borderlands, my
Yeah,
friend.
so Borderlands they have a spin-off and it's called Tiny Tina's Wonderland. So this is kind of like a fantasy game, but the kind of cool thing with this game is that they're going to focus more on comedy and stuff. So like I said, Andy
Well, the
Samberg,
last one was funny too.
yeah, but this one's got Andy Samberg, he's doing a voice. Will Arnett is doing a voice, and Wanda Sykes. So like the three really funny people are gonna be doing voices in this Tiny Tina's Wonderlands game, and
No, I
yeah,
like all.
I think this is gonna be a fun game, man. I love Borderlands. I played Borderlands, and I dig fantasy games as well, like Final Fantasy and all that. But then just to have like these hilarious actors come on and like do some voices, this is gonna be an entertaining game for sure.
Yeah, I bet you it is. I bet you it is. I hope that it's FPS style. Is it not though, or like, is it?
I'm not 100% sure because this is what you're seeing right now is just kind of like the teaser trailer. So they're kind of showing. I
Right.
guess this is looks like some of the cut scenes.
Because if it's not a first-person shooter, I'm probably not gonna play it. To be honest, like that's. I mean, I play RTS and first-person shooters. That's
Hmm.
it. I played them when I was a kid, and I think I got addicted, and I
Yeah,
haven't been able to shake it. So,
yeah, this is gonna be
uh,
funny. And let's see, I'm gonna turn up the. I have the volume on here, and you can hear like it's funny. Like he's just like, "See you later, suckers." So that one's coming early 2022. So that's something that's gonna be pretty cool when it comes
there's a
out.
movie. There's a movie coming out with Jack Black that's about Borderlands. There's like a
Oh yeah,
Borderlands movie.
oh
Did
yeah.
you hear about this?
No, they have a
It-
Borderlands movie coming out with Jack
yeah,
Black.
yeah. Jack Black's gonna play Claptrap.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
yeah, it's
That'll
gonna
be
be
interesting.
interesting. Yeah, for sure, for sure. I don't know who else is gonna be in it. Hopefully, The Rock. Um, anyway, yeah,
Yeah.
but
So let's
looking
like
forward to it.
yeah. So we can go through some other games. So also a Nintendo. I guess we can go through some of the Nintendo games first. This is probably the big one for you and me. So Legend of Zelda. So the Breath of the Wild 2 is a new
So
one
they're
coming
making
out.
another direct sequel. This is the first time they've made a direct sequel since um Ocarina, right? Oh no. I guess they made one. They made like Oracle of Seasons or something like that, so they might have had some continuity
Yeah.
in those. But
Yeah.
this is
This
a
is
rare thing for Zelda, yeah.
yeah. I haven't actually played the first one, but I heard it was amazing. Like I haven't gotten like hugely into the Switch. Like I don't have a Switch, but like after seeing some of these games, I think eventually I might pick one up. And like we were talking about the Switch Pro, if that thing comes out, I'll probably pick up one of those just to get the better graphics. The Switch
Yeah.
Pro is supposed to have like a better screen, better graphics, better processor. So it's basically just a better Switch, and that's rumored for the upcoming year ish. So in the next year,
Man,
that
that looks cool. Yeah, like I've heard
maybe,
about this that he's
yeah,
gonna be a mummy or something like that. He's gonna be like Mumra.
yeah. So I'm
Remember
excited for
Mumra?
that. Like I haven't played a Legend of Zelda game since the Wii. So it's the original Wii. So I've got one of those, and I've played the Zelda game on there. I forget which one it was, but yeah. So there's like a
Well,
few Legend of Zelda games that I haven't played. So 2022, these are all coming out next year. But I'm hoping like that Switch.
why couldn't they have come out the COVID year? Why do they have to come out the year after
Yeah,
COVID? God damn it.
yeah. But
Fools.
New Legend of Zelda
Fools.
22. So basically the theme is you'll probably see that most of these games will come out in 2022. I'm hoping for that Switch Pro, maybe this fall. And I have a theory on that Switch Pro. I think that it would have released or even announced this during this E3, but since there's a lot of shortages with everything around the world because pandemic, but yeah, I think like especially because ICs are in extremely high demand, and there's shortages everywhere. Like you have shortages in GPUs, shortages in CPUs, pretty much anything electronic. You even see shortages in food. So I think that's one of the reasons why we're not seeing this Switch Pro right now is because the shortages in everything. But
Well, I mean, shortages in food is a different. That's a
yeah,
more serious conversation than shortages in video games. But I
yeah,
want to get back
well,
to Mumra. You know Mumra from Thundercats. Remember him?
Thundercats. Yeah, I remember
Thunder, Thunder,
Thundercats.
Thundercats. The bad guy was called Mum-Ra, and he was a mummy. And that's what the new Ganon looks like. He looks like a mummy version of Ganon, like a magical mummy thing. I don't know. Anyway, um, yeah, yeah. What were we talking about?
So video games. So
Oh,
next,
food shortages.
so yeah, but like that one, the next, yeah, there that Switch probably delayed shortages, stuff like that. But like, so next on the next game, I'm kind of excited for on the Nintendo Switch is actually the new Metroid. Were you a Metroid player? Like Super
I
Metroid, Metroid
enjoyed Metroid.
Prime?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so they have a
Metroid
new,
Prime's a great ass game. Yeah.
yeah, Metroid Dread is the next one in the series. So Metroid 5 here. Yeah,
Oh
but the only thing that's
shit!
disappointing me of this one, it's more of a platformer than like a shooter. Like I remember I played the one on the Wii, and that one was awesome. That was more like you could see from her perspective.
Yeah,
In
yeah.
this,
Samus.
and
Yeah,
yeah, Samus, yeah. So, but in this trailer, it's more you can see it's more
it's
of
more
kind
like
of a
Zelda.
platformer. But you'll
Yeah,
kind of see here.
that's too bad.
Either way, I'm still hyped for a Metroid game.
I am far less typed if it's a
Yeah,
platformer.
no, I feel the same way, but either way, I'm still down.
I guess.
Yeah, you'll see here some of the gameplay.
Oh,
Yeah, it's kind of like Prince of Persia y, kind of like yeah, Mario platform
well,
type deal.
I'm sure it's enjoyable, but I'm not going
Yeah.
to pay full price for a goddamn platform game. And
Hey, maybe it'll be
they
cheap. Maybe this will be a cheaper game because like some of the graphics don't look
Nintendo
crazy
doesn't
intense.
do that, man. Nintendo they released a Mario platformer, and because it was four players instead of like two,
Yeah.
they charged like $100 for it. It's crazy bastards. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe this is just some of it. Maybe they'll surprise us and we'll see like a first person, at least like a level or a few levels or something.
I doubt it.
Yeah, but these are one of the franchises I love and I will play like every game.
Nintendo knows how to really, really bring it home and make good games, and they know how to really
Yeah.
disappoint people
Yes.
too.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I think it's like these are the games that us millennials all grew up with, like Metroid, Mario. Like they kind of just reuse their
for
IPs a
me,
lot.
I want to see Earthworm Jim make a comeback. Like, I
Oh
want
yeah.
somebody new because apparently the writer of Earthworm Jim is like not a good person, but I don't know. That's what I heard. Maybe the person isn't. I don't really know. But all I remember is that Earthworm Jim was classic character. It had that TV show Earthworm Jim. He's such a groovy guy. Like he had the video games, and Earthworm Jim is a really goofy first-person shooter, sort of in the vein of Borderlands.
Yeah.
Would
That's kind of
be
like a Rayman,
awesome.
but that's kind of like also like just like the new Metroid. It's kind of that style, right?
You just showed me the new Metroid.
Yeah, and it's kind of in that style too, right? Like Earthworm Jim.
That's what the Earthworm
Yeah,
Jim was, but I wouldn't want that for the future. No. I
yeah.
would
You
want
want
like
like
Bungie.
you want a first person shooter Earthworm
I
Jim?
want 343 Studios or Bungie Earthworm Jim. Yes, I
Double
do.
kill.
Yes, I do.
You just want
Exactly.
everything FPS.
Yeah. I want an FPS version of StarCraft, which they almost made, but they didn't. I want a version of StarCraft that's both FPS and RTS at the same time, so you can FPS one of the characters that people are RTSing around. Um, yeah, that's what I want. What do you want, Anthony?
I'm mostly a first person shooter, so I play a lot of like Warzone, Halo, that kind of stuff. But
Kids and a family.
I love the platformers, puzzle games, that kind of stuff. I'm just into anything that'll give me a good time. And so check this out.
I know
So
you
this
are, dirty son of a bitch.
so check this out.
Um,
So this kind of goes back to all the Marvel stuff we talked to. There's also a new Guardians of the Galaxy game coming out as well. So this is coming to all the platforms: Switch, PS5, Xbox,
what the hell
and
kind of a game is it?
this looks pretty cool. So this is the trailer. This is kind of some of the cutscenes. You can see here Star Lord is he's blonde, and but it does still retain like a lot of the the Marvelness. It's just the
Yeah,
characters look slightly different. It's kind of like that Avengers game that came out. They all
they don't have to pay the
they
actors
yeah
anymore.
we don't want to pay Chris Pratt, so we'll make him blonde. And look at Rocket's got a goatee or like a he's got the Master Splinter. That's what I call it.
Yeah, yeah, he does look a bit like Splinter. Yeah. Okay, so, but what's this game gonna be? Once, like I said,
So let's
if
see.
it's
I think it's more of like a Batman Arkham Asylum. So if I skip forward here, I think there's some gameplay
okay,
in here.
okay, Arkham Asylum was good fun.
I don't think in this
But I mean,
trailer.
doesn't it make
Oh, here we
sense
go.
to
On
have
some
this
of it.
as like Final Fantasy style with four people? You know what I
You
mean?
are
Like,
Star Lord.
oh no, no, you play as Star Lord. Okay,
Yeah,
but
but I
you could
think
have done
yeah,
it with like a group, like a party thing. Oh.
it might be like a party thing, but it also might be like Arkham Asylum style. Arkham Asylum, but with a group. I think I saw some gameplay of this, and that's what it kind of looked like to me. A lot of these you won't see a lot of gameplay because these are all the trailers trying to get you hype, and you're like, oh, and it's working for
Yeah.
me. I'm like,
Yep.
whatever this game is, if this becomes just Tetris, I still want it.
Yeah, but you're a huge Tetris fan, right?
Yeah.
You know, so it's
Even if this is a Sudoku game, and these are the
so,
cutscenes, I'm down.
if this that's funny.
Sudoku with cutscenes.
If this turns out to be a Sudoku game, I am not down.
I'm still down.
I no, I am
Even if
just
it's just
more
for the story,
disappointed.
like just to watch all the cutscenes. Like sometimes I do that. Like with the new Avengers game, I didn't go buy it, but I just watched all the cutscenes online.
Kissing that
'Cause-
tentacle? Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I
So
watched some of those cutscenes too. It looked like an okay game.
yeah.
It came out for free or something for a little bit, and I
Oh
tried to
yeah, no,
download.
they had the beta. It was during right before it came out. They announced the beta. So for like a couple weeks or maybe a weekend or something, you could download it for free and play like the first few levels.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it looked like a good game.
it
I,
did, but I didn't end up getting it. Yeah.
yeah.
Um, okay, what's the next big topic there? A diggity.
All right, so I guess yeah. So just to round off Nintendo, so basically they released a whole bunch of other games. Let's see, let's just kind of go through some. A lot of them like so Smash Bros. They have a new Smash Bros. Coming out. They got a new character from Tekken. They've added that guy,
Really?
yeah, Kazuya Mishima.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, he's a scary dude.
yeah. So yeah, he's in there now.
Wow. Oh, but no, but that Smash Bros. Ultimate, it's just a new character. It's not a new Smash Brothers.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, that's cool though.
so that's pretty cool that they add him. I like how they keep adding like new characters, and that's
Yeah, well now
another.
you can do Ryu versus so you can do Street Fighter
Yeah,
versus Tekken.
yeah. My favorite was that
Wow.
one. They had I forgot what it was. It was a Street Fighter versus like a whole like this other weird little girls. I don't know if you've seen that one. It was like whatever versus whatever, and it was like all the Street Fighter characters fighting like little girls. I'm like, this is not a good pairing to put together.
Fighting the Powerpuff Girls or something.
Yeah, so that's
Oh,
cool. So,
that's
and then yeah,
interesting.
they did basically a new Mario Party. Uh,
Oh.
yeah, so they're doing new Mario Party. It's like I
Oh,
said,
that looks like the classic Mario Party. My nephews would love that.
Yeah.
Cool,
Yeah, this is
cool.
good. You know, it's awesome because it's great for millennials, right? Because like this is the stuff we grew up on, but also
Hmm.
it's great for little kids because look at all the colors and everything. Like your little nieces and nephews would love this, and same with my niece. Like she'd be like, "Oh, Luigi! Wow, 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 wow!"
Yeah, yeah. Well, my
Yeah,
nephews are all adults, but yeah, okay.
yeah. I think they would still
Yeah,
enjoy it. Like I would enjoy it.
yes,
Yeah. So
yeah,
like they're
indeed,
doing
yeah.
another Mario Party. They've got
Oh, super.
a WarioWare game coming out. Yeah. So Wario, yeah, he's like, Wario. But still in the
Elon
Mario
Musk is
family.
Mario.
Yeah,
What?
yeah. In SNL, he was a thing. But also, yeah. See, look, they have a whole bunch of ones. They have Mario Golf Super Rush. So if you're a golf player, this must be really trying to target the millennials because, like, I know a lot of millennials like to play golf. I don't think me and you are either avid golfers, but I know a lot of some of our other friends are. But and
Yes.
millennials, so like Mario and golf, smash that together. And then
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think the final Mario
Kind of.
game that they're doing here, I don't think I have it, but they're doing a Super Mario and Rabbids game. You know, like the Raving Rabbids. I don't know
I
if I
do
have it
not know
here.
the Raving Rabbits, my brother.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
sorry.
something a little bit newer, but yeah, they're doing that as well. And that one actually looks pretty. Oh, here it is. I don't think they're going to show anything from the.
Rabbits. Okay, so is Rabbits some sort of new popular thing?
It's from.
Pokemon was when I was
I
a
wonder if
kid
you
or
could.
whatever.
They won't show it here, but yeah, like the Raving Rabbids. It's kind of like a party game. The Raving Rabbids. Let's see if I can find down here. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. I wonder if you'll notice the characters. So this is a game I've played, the Raving Rabbids. I had this on the Wii. It's actually pretty fun. They do a lot of the different party games, but now they're doing like Raving Rabbids like with Mario. So like they're really heavily pushing into Mario, which is I guess that's their flagship character, right?
Oh
So
yeah, that's cool.
they'll do
Yeah.
like every game with Mario.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he is their number one
Yeah,
guy, right? Like
yeah,
he's their man, so why not lean on him?
yeah.
I
So
mean,
this is their
Mario's up there, dude. He's not quite Mickey Mouse, but
yeah. He's up there,
he's a
especially for Nintendo. He's
yeah,
the Mickey Mouse for Nintendo.
he's the Mickey Mouse of video games, you know?
Aha! I'm
He's
Mario.
oh.
Yeah, so this looks like a cool game too. Like I'd be willing to check this out.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. It looks good.
It's kind of I think in the vein of like Super Mario Galaxy, right? So
Yeah.
it's just like a cool Mario. Did you ever see that Mario game that they had? Like it was kind of like in real life. They had a trailer for that. I forget what Mario game that was. I'm actually behind on my Mario games, but
What? I mean in real life. Was it like
he was like in the real world. It was Mario, but in the real world.
okay, so I remember the Mario movie, which was absolutely hilarious.
Oh, that was
I
probably
don't
one of the worst movies, but I loved it. That was like
yeah,
one
I
of
don't
my
care.
childhood
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah, yeah. No, no.
Ba-bomb! So funny. And they were using the Super Nintendo like that gun thing as like lasers.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
was good.
yeah.
I liked it. I liked it.
I
Yeah,
liked it.
so
But I'm thinking of Pokemon on Pokemon Go. Is that what Pokemon or the Pokemon cell phone game? Is it Pokemon Go or Pokemon where you catch the Pokemons in real life?
yeah, that's
You
Pokemon
know,
Go. Yeah.
Pokemon Go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, okay. Is that what the Mario game you're talking about is? Was it like Bowser's
No, no, no.
around
It was actually on
waiting
like
for you in the
it was on the
alley or
Switch
whatever?
or something. I can't remember what that game is. I guess people might comment on the thing. Oh, we can look it up. Or actually, let's see. Hold on. If we switch over and we type go Mario. Oh, Mario in real life game. See what we get. It might not have been a game. It might have been just like
This is
something.
just gonna be a guy putting on a costume. You're out of your mind.
Oh, yeah,
Look,
this one.
see, I told you. Look at this
How
guy.
did you know?
Yeah,
How did you know?
this is just some drunk. Go to
Let's see. YouTube. Mario real life. I think there was a game. Pretty sure there was a game where it was like real. Or that was just one of my fever dreams.
yeah. You've had a lot of those. Um,
Mario in real life. Yeah, that must have been a fever dream. And then he
yeah,
threw his
yeah.
hat on me and then he stomped on my head.
As a younger man, I always wanted to go karting in Mario costumes with my friends and film it.
Oh
But,
my god.
but
You
I'm
know
sure that's
that's a
already
real thing. Did you know that's a real thing?
I'm sure it
In
happens all the
in
time.
Japan, that's a real thing. You can not rent, but like you pay a dude. I had one of my friends at work do this. He paid. It's like a service. You pay for this like ride, and you get into a go-kart with a whole bunch of other people, and they actually drive you all around the real streets of Japan. It's so cool. It's I guess that's the closest thing you can do to Mario Kart. I guess if you showed up dressed as Mario, you could do it. But then I guess you couldn't throw things at people. But it's just really cool.
Well, you could, I'm sure, find a way to throw some stuff at people.
Japan Mario Kart.
Why would you say you can't? I'm sure you can. I would.
Oh yeah, here we go. Check
some fucking turtles right in the face, bud.
Hold on. I'll load it up right here, and you can see this. So this is Mario Kart.
I ain't looking.
Look at this. Look at this. This is a real. Look at this. This is a real.
Whoa, that is pretty cool.
Yeah. So these guys did exactly what we were talking about. They dressed up, but this is actually a ride. Like you pay, and then you can go on it, and you drive around.
It's a paid ride.
No, this is
like the Eiffel Tower. Is this in Paris?
No, this is in Tokyo.
Is there an Eiffel Tower in Tokyo? I know they had one in China
similar.
and
but yeah,
Vegas,
you pay for it, so there's a lead car, and you just follow the lead car as he drives you through the city. So it's a kind of a cool city tour, but it's cool because you're in go-karts, and it's the closest thing you'll probably get to
actually
Mario Kart in real life, right?
Mario Kart,
and
yeah.
This
is a particular Mario Kart level actually from Double Dash that was in a city.
That's so cool.
Me
and you got to go to Japan.
I've always wanted to go to Japan.
I've always wanted to go to Japan. That's one of the places I've never been. Like I've been all over Europe, South America, whatever. The place I've been to the least is probably Asia. I've been to Korea, Philippines, all those different kinds of places, but never Japan. And I always want to go to Japan. I think that'd be so cool, and just to do kind of crazy stuff like this that you can't do here. I think that'd be amazing.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. Yeah, I mean, this does look like it would be cool. It would be absolutely surreal. I would do it if I was very, very drugged up or something like that. Like, I think that would be...
I think it would be fun, even sober, you know? Like, he's like, this is the coolest thing ever. It's like, I'm Mario driving a go-kart in the city.
No,
and I'm not going to get pulled over by the police.
I really wouldn't want to be... I wouldn't want to be sober for that. I mean, you could be. That would be fine, I guess.
I think you'd want to be driving a vehicle.
No, I wouldn't want to be. I would be, obviously, because that's probably part of the requirements of the thing. But no, absolutely not. I wouldn't want to be. I'd rather somebody drive me, maybe, or something, or just handle it. Like, I'm not recommending people drink and drive or anything like that. I'm just saying that if I was in Japan and I was going to practice Mario Kart, maybe a little bit of
something
psilocybin. Or something serious, something real.
Let's switch pages a bit. So let's go from
real serious.
A lot. I guess we were talking about little kid stuff when we got slightly dark there, but let's talk about something that's huge to me and you.
I haven't even begun to get dark. You don't know. I would be throwing live turtles at people drunk on whiskey. Okay, what's the next thing?
So, the thing that me and you are really into, the new Halo.
Yes. What?
Oh, did someone's ears just perk up? You're like, new Halo. So, here we go. So, it's coming out this holiday, 2021. It got pushed back to
but who did it, though? Who's the maker of the game?
It's 343 again. So, this holiday, 2021.
They haven't made a good Halo game.
And now we have a leaked possible release date, which is November 9th. So that's when this game is supposed to come out. Are you excited? I'm excited. This might be when I try to get a new Xbox. If not, play this on the PC. Because I know you'll be able to get Halo. I don't know how many times I've had to buy Halo. I bought the Master Chief Collection. I bought multiple times for the Xbox 360, Reach, ODST, Halo 3. I have multiple copies of each of those games.
Yeah, me too. I think I do, yeah. I've spent more than my share on Halo.
Yeah.
But mostly to get the Bungie games, man. Honestly, the Halo 4, Halo 5, disappointing. I don't know. I mean, the graphics get better, right?
They're
okay.
The pinnacle was Halo 3. I guess just for
Halo
for me,
3.
That's the one I played the most.
ODST. Yeah, those were awesome. Those were really good games. Innovative for their time, super fun, super cool. You know what I mean? But this new The 343 experience is not as good an experience. It just hasn't been. So we'll see if this new game is any good, but I doubt it. Honestly.
I'm hopeful.
And hey, everybody.
Either way, I'm
I
still
love the
gonna play
Master
it.
Chief. I'm probably gonna buy it. So whatever. But
Yeah. So okay, hold on. Let's see. I think there's a trailer here for the. If I can find it. I thought I had it here. There's a trailer for the multiplayer, which is one of the big aspects of Halo.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I had it.
This is going to be better than Call of Duty multiplayer because everybody loves Call of Duty multiplayer. Nobody's leaving.
Oh
it.
yeah, I love that Call of Duty multiplayer. I play that all the time. Oh, here we go. So here's the multiplayer trailer.
Unless you make it really good, it's nobody's getting. Yeah. Look.
If they make it more like Halo 3, I loved Halo 3. That was like the best for me. So, but if they put some new fun things, look at they got some of the old vehicles back.
The vehicles look good. Yeah.
I know Halo 4
they're not.
5,
This is not a lot of gameplay footage, though, right? This is
well,
a lot.
That looks like gameplay. It's just without the hoods.
That is there, but
yeah. Either way,
I don't know.
I think either way, me and you are still gonna buy this. Like you gotta play it. Like,
I'm a sucker, so I'll buy it. But
it's like it's Halo. It was like we gotta see this through now. I have every Halo. I've even bought all the other Halos from like the top down. Have you seen those Halos? Halo Wars, I think they're called.
What? Oh yeah, the RTS Halos. No, I never did get them, but I would. They look pretty cool.
Every single Halo. That's how much of a Halo sucker I am.
Yeah.
Even though right now I'm more into Warzone and all that, but I'll still play this. This looks fun.
This looks. The outside levels look fun.
Especially next generation, nicer graphics.
Sure, gameplay's more important though.
I think. Yeah, it is. But I am just as in it for like how good it looks. Like when me and you we play Halo. On like the older Halos, I played on the PC, so I played like the remastered, and I played in 4K, ultra wide, high frame rate. Oh, it just looks so beautiful. Like you have no idea. So like to get another Halo,
look really good. Like in terms of the graphics, look really good. And
so if it can look good and play good, that's kind of the hope. But so far, it looks good.
Capture the Flag looks fun. Capture the Flag was maybe my favorite thing about the Halo multiplayer. Oh wow, that actually looks pretty good there. Capture the Flag.
Yeah, right. That looks awesome.
But
could you hold the flag before while driving, like they showed there? I don't think so, right?
That's a new feature.
It's a new thing. So add these, and that grappling hook. You see the grappling hook?
Yeah.
That could be cool. Like you could do like Mortal Kombat style things where you just get over here. Imagine you grapple the guy, he comes in and you sword him. That would be
that'll
insane.
That'll be fun, yeah.
I think it's gonna be good, man. We'll see. Me, eternal optimist.
Yeah.
It's good until it's not.
Yeah.
Halo
Fair
Infinite,
enough.
Man, they pushed it back a year because they wanted to get this perfect. So it's gonna be at least decent. You know, they could have released this last year. They could have. Just to get the money.
Are you sure?
They pushed it back. They put in some more money into the game, and
isn't delaying it a sign that? All right, well, we'll see, man. There's no point. Yeah, I don't want to be too pessimistic
either way, we'll see,
because this thing could turn out to be really good. There's some promising stuff in that trailer, but
I think once this game comes out, me and you are gonna do a full review, one whole episode just on Halo Infinite.
If they don't have co-op campaign, then it can eat my ass, like
no, if it doesn't have firefight, then
and firefight,
mad.
Right, both of those things.
Firefight is like the best thing.
Those came to be the staple best parts of Halo, and then 343 was like meh.
Yeah, they removed it in like those two they did. I don't know why.
Totally ridiculous, man. I mean, come on. Like, what are you doing? Jeez.
So what else are you playing on Xbox right now? Are you playing anything else? Like, or are you excited? Have you heard anything that's coming for Xbox that you might want?
Because
they have a ton of new games. Like they got another Forza coming out. Let's see here. There's not a ton I'm excited for besides Halo.
I'm hoping that the next wrestling, like pro wrestling game, I hope that's good.
Oh yeah. You know what? I'm always excited for it, but they haven't done a next gen one yet. Like a boxing game. I love boxing games, like Fight Nights. Oh man,
I like Fight Nights, but I don't like. I prefer it with the buttons, and I don't like the way that you have an advantage.
When you can use
the D-pad
thumbs.
or the thumbs. Yeah, so
I
I don't
love. You
know.
know what I did
I'm
one
sort
time?
of
I
done with the
because you can
games.
make your own guy look exactly like you can scan it in EA, and then one
And
time
make them yourself.
yeah, I made him my height, my weight, everything. He looks like you, then I used to just fight like everybody. I fought like Manny Pacquiao and lost.
Awesome. Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
just awesome because you can see you come out. It's like your height, your weight, your build. I made him exactly me, so I guess
Uh,
so he lost hard.
I mean, I wouldn't do. Yeah,
He lost hard. I don't think I won a single
yeah,
game as
no
me.
shit, man. You're not a pro boxer. I don't know. You're gonna fight Muhammad Ali? Like, what are you doing? Anyway, yeah, no, that sounds cool though. Like I would kind of do that, but I would definitely enhance myself a little bit. I mean, if you
No,
can,
I wanted to see how long I could last, and the answer was zero. Also, because I'm not a very good player as well, so I play for
yeah,
fun. I don't play to be good. Hey, are you a
yeah,
Diablo
fair enough.
Diablo 2 fan? I think you're
I
a
never got
Diablo.
into, no, I
Hmm?
never got into those games.
I was gonna say because they have
Never
a
got
new
into Diablo.
Diablo as
I
well.
mean,
I
that's
just thought that would be a game that you would be kind of into.
no, I didn't get into Diablo. No, nothing against it. It looks like a neat game. It's like a dungeon game where you walk around with your little dudes, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. So that's cool, I guess. But no, like I like Blizzard. I know that Blizzard is a really great video game company. I know that they make exceptionally good games. But my two favorite Blizzard games are StarCraft 2
Yeah.
and the Superman game they made for Super Nintendo,
What?
which was, yeah, they
There-
made an incredibly awesome Super Nintendo Life and Death and Return of Superman, something like that,
it's funny.
video game that's just badass. It's
It's funny
so good.
because when someone says Superman video game, I think what comes to most people's minds is the Nintendo 64 Superman game. Do you remember how bad that was?
That game was just impossible. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
a very
flying through the
difficult
stupid
game.
rings. Ooh.
Yeah, and
I remember I rented that and I was like, this game sucks.
yeah, yeah, and like anything could pretty much beat you up. I remember, and I was like, I'm Superman. How is this shooting? Like, the bullets don't take health from Superman; they just do nothing. Like that's, I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah. Um.
Let's talk. Let's talk about the last two games here. Then we can kind of wrap up.
All right.
This is kind of one that I'm kind of
Father's
excited
Day.
for. You ever play Left 4 Dead?
No, sorry.
So Left 4 Dead is kind of like a zombie shooter game, so FPS. But so
Yeah,
the whole premise is you play in like a squad, like you get four, like three other friends and you play. I just love kind of
I would
shooting.
play that.
Yeah,
Why don't
yeah.
I haven't played it because you haven't played it with me. That's why I haven't played it.
Oh man, I don't even sure. I think I have that, but yeah, that's I just love like shooter games with zombies. So they have this new one. It's called Back for Blood. So this is a zombie shooter game here, and
Back
this will
for
be available
blood.
on
All
Game
right.
Pass day one. So I like about Game Pass, all the games they release, you get it first day. Like as soon as Halo hits releases,
Yeah, so I have Game Pass, so I'll get this and
exactly.
you can
You'll
play
get it.
this.
Exactly. Look at this game. This game looks. I think this looks awesome. I think if anything, at least be fun. Left 4 Dead was like one of the like a really popular, well-rated game when it came
I
out back in
really
the day. So
I
this is
like
kind of like a sequel to
uh
that. Back for
yeah,
Blood.
yeah, this looks cool.
Yeah, this
This
looks
looks
awesome,
super
eh?
cool.
This
I'm
looks
down for this.
because this reminds me of Firefight from Halo. You just get kill all the time, but this is levels. So there's levels, the story, and everything, and it just
Yeah.
looks extremely fun. And like all the
Looks a bit like Doom.
different zombie types. So like there'll be
Yeah.
like ones that explode, ones that are slow, ones that are fast. But it just looks like a overall fun game. So
Dude, I
this
enjoyed
comes
the
out in
zombie
October.
movie with Batista.
This
Oh
is
yeah?
something me and you are gonna play October, man.
Okay. Yeah, I'm totally down for this. This will be awesome.
Yeah,
Presuming
this fall, man.
I'm a little worried because my family and I are getting together and we're eating a bunch of lobster together, and I just hope that we
You guys do lobster for Thanksgiving?
for Father's Father's Day, and
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about in October.
I'm
You're
just
talking
worried
about
that we're
tomorrow.
good. Yeah. Anyway, no, I'm talking about today. I got to go this afternoon. Father's Day's tomorrow, but we do it on the Saturday usually. So, anyway, what's the next game? This looks awesome.
So that's
What's the
awesome.
next one?
October. So there was a ton of games that came out during E3 from Microsoft. But I guess the last thing, this is kind of more related to me than I guess you. But so actually, while I'm scrolling down here, they have
Well,
a game
then
called
I'm not interested.
the Outer Worlds. There's a Sea of Thieves. So look at this, Pirates of the Caribbean kind of game coming out. Yakuza, that's kind of a cool game as well. But this one here, Battlefield 2042.
Okay.
So let's just say I'm like 99 years old. There we go. Just bypass that. Yeah, so this is a cool game. It's kind of like Warzone, but it's Battlefield, so it's like a different...
Video games will make old age homes a lot more tolerable, I think.
Oh,
just like it'd be like a
that?
constant LAN party, yeah.
Constantly a party when you're old. I just teabagged this guy. You noob. I think old folks' homes are gonna be hilarious when we're in there. It's like not they're playing video games and listening to like Little John and like EDM in an old folks' home.
It's gonna happen. This looks crazy.
Yeah, this looks awesome. Like
I'll play this. Is this on? It's next gen. Okay.
Yeah, this is Xbox and Bethesda. I think this will be.
No, Battlefield's always been a good game.
Yeah, it's kind of like the rival to Call of Duty.
Yeah,
and I think it's just as good, but both of them are just as popular. Yeah, but this looks really good. I'm excited for that one as well. I hope this comes to Game Pass as well. It just looks insane. It looks like
look how cool that is. Yeah,
how many
that looks
people
really...
in like one battle.
You can just show. Yeah. This is what Halo needed to be.
Yeah. I think Halo at some point was slightly getting closer to Call of Duty style, and Call of Duty was getting more Halo style. But then they kind of went back. Because I remember one Call of Duty where you got like all these armor enhancements and like kind of became almost a robot. I'm like, this is almost Halo. But then they kind of went back.
Like Burger King and McDonald's, eh?
Yeah, but this looks like a cool game. I'm totally gonna get this one as well. So it's just like I usually take like December all off. I buy all the games and I play all through December. Like I enjoy the holidays. I play all my video games, and then that's kind of my for the year. Like that's the time of month I play the most video games.
This looks awesome! Wow,
yeah,
you're
right?
ziplining between buildings in some kind of downtown. In the middle of a firefight with helicopters and tanks
right?
on buildings.
It just looks insane. Crazy. Like this is.
And then you can jump off the building.
Look at that
parachute.
Suit. Like this to me almost looks better than Call of Duty. Like I'm a huge Call of Duty fan, but this looks amazing.
This looks better, yeah. I think the Battlefield tends to be, in my opinion, tends to be better than Call of Duty. But
yeah,
all right,
I think it goes either way. If you like one or the other, it's all good.
No.
So that was kind of like the highlights. I know there was so much more that we didn't cover, but we kind of just talked about what we want to and had our our weekly Marvel rant in the middle there.
Yeah, it's good fun. Next week we'll be talking about I don't know, it'll be my articles, right? So we'll talk about something real sad. Maybe
you know what? We're still gonna make it fun, and you know what? We're gonna still relate it to Loki or somehow.
No, we're going to talk about Leopold and Loeb, a pair of serial killers who read way too much Frederick Nietzsche. Yeah,
nice.
That'll be next week. All right, cool. Well, I think it's over now. I think we did it. I wish I could hug you, but the internet won't let me.
All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in this week. Yeah, video games. I'm Anthony. This has been McMartin. I'm at The Essential Element on Twitter, and we'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Peace.